You've heard us talk about them. They're in, and they're on the website.
Absolutely. Our brand new America's Diesel podcast, branded bills, badass, flex fit, performance material, sweat stain resistant. It literally feels like it cools your head.
I don't
It's
know how
amazing.
that's possible, but
I don't
somehow
know.
it is. Yeah, you can rock it. You know, I'm more of a flat bill kind of guy. You can do that. You can curve it. For all you taco holder guys, you can even throw that in there.
Yeah.
And then snap back with a little bit of the flex fit.
Yeah.
Big head approved, small head approved.
And it's extremely comfortable. I almost guarantee, I say almost guarantee. No, I guarantee this is the most comfortable hat you will ever wear. And the logo, rubber, awesome.
Yeah.
Came out great.
Super detailed rubber on there, so it's never going to fade on you. If you want to get one of these in your hands, they are $50, shipped to the lower 48, plus tax, if applicable in your state. Just go on the dieselpowerproducts.com, search hat, look for the fantastic Jam and Eagle logo, and pick yourself up some before they're out of stock.
Yeah.
America's Diesel Podcast.
Brought to you by Diesel Power Products.
America's Diesel Superstore.
No salesman,
Just enthusiasts.
dieselpowerproducts.com.
Your number one source for all things diesel.
Ben,
Tyler.
we haven't done this in a while. And a lot has happened since you've been gone.
Yeah.
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 A lot of news.
Yeah. There's no other way to say it, 100%.
A lot of news. A lot of news. First things first, we need to thank Chris. We're starting to look like a political podcast here, which we're not. But it's just, hey, it is what it is. It's hilarious. So thanks for the this iconic symbol
Yeah.
of Mr. Trump hugging an American flag with 17 different.
Basically, all I've done is keep my promise.
Hey, basically, that's what he has to say.
We got
Yeah.
old Donnie J holding Old Glory. We got another Sleepy Joe.
Commander asleep.
Commander
Appreciate
asleep.
it. I laughed my ass off when because Ben was gone when we got this when you sent this stuff, and shipping just came into my office and handed me a box, and I was like, "Ooh, what is this?" And I opened it up. I'm like, "Oh my god, oh my god!" So thank you a ton. It made my day. It was funny and great, and it'll sit here on the desk with all our other mementos that you guys send us. So I appreciate that.
I love it.
Yeah,
I
it's
freaking
great.
love it.
This week's podcast episode is brought to you by Fuel Bomb Diesel Additive, an additive designed for diesel enthusiasts, made by diesel enthusiasts. Ben, take it away.
Hell yeah, dude. So this is our in-house Fuel Bomb fuel additive for your diesel truck. Our biggest thing here is making sure that you can pretty much always have diesel additive on you all the time. You've got a lot of other additives out on the market that they have, anti-gel in there all the time. They have cetane in there all the time. They end up being big and bulky bottles. Our standard everyday diesel fuel additive is 1 ounce per 32 gallons, and that's its main job is to make sure that your fuel system stays lubricated and prevents the formation of algae. And it should also help you in colder climates too.
Should definitely help you in colder climates. Along with cleaning your fuel system and maintaining it, it'll also help you bump that cetane number up for a more efficient burn of your diesel fuel. And if cetane is just what you're after, there's the Fuel Bomb Hellfire, which is our straight 8+ cetane enhancer.
Yeah, and you guys asked, and we brought them back. We did go away from the bottles that didn't have the measuring little parts in there. We brought them back for you, so now you can measure out your 1 ounce per 32 gallons for the F-Bomb or 4 ounces per 32 gallons for the Hellfire.
Both these additives are available on our website, dieselpowerproducts.com. Now let's get back to that episode.
Let's get this intro out of the way. Shake the dust off. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. This is America's Diesel Podcast, brought to you by Diesel Power Products, coming at you from Spokane, Washington. Make sure and check us out on Google Play, SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify, anywhere that you listen to podcasts. You can find us on there by searching America's Diesel Podcast. You can also find us on the social medias, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. We do go live every Wednesday around 5 p.m.-ish Eastern. I have never lived on the East Coast. I always say I start Eastern.
You even on vacation, you were still in Pacific time zone.
I know, I never left.
You never left
Idiot.
the time zone.
I freaking hate myself. But yeah, right around 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we go live on our Instagram page, which is America's Diesel Podcast. That is run by me with my fingertips on my phone. We do not have a lot of followers. We're trying to pump that up. But if you are wanting to stay up to date with what's going on the podcast and kind of what's going on in me and Tyler's lives, and a little bit behind the scenes of the diesel retail industry,
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie, sometimes things get a little spicy on the live sesh. Actually,
Yeah.
they do get spicy.
do.
But we do also, like, again, we're not going to spam with ads on there. And that's supposed to
We
just
don't save them though, so it's like Vegas. You could just say it, and then it gets deleted into the atmosphere.
100%. I will never save any of our lives for two reasons. One, it makes my phone overheat because my phone's old. Two, we keep it real. I don't want anybody to have any proof of what we were. I mean, obviously, I know you guys could probably screen record the whole thing if you really want to. Yeah, I get that, but like, I don't want any on-purpose proof. I guess.
Yeah.
Is that a technical term? If not, we're making on-purpose proof. Yeah.
And if you save it and it's something that we said that's like messed up, we're gonna say it was one of those deep fake videos. So
deny. And at the very last moment, when they think you're about to crack, just deny again.
Yeah.
And then once everybody forgets about it,
Apologize.
say sorry, do it again. Tyler, reviews.
Let's keep those reviews coming in. I noticed there's a couple podcasts that are kind of copying us a little bit, but that's okay. It means we're cool.
It means we're doing something right.
Yeah, so we need to keep moving up in the ranks so we can, beat them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's that simple. So send your reviews in on any of the platforms did you even mention the platforms? On any platform that you listen to this podcast or watch it, send in a 5-star review. Make sure to include a picture of your truck and an address that we can send a sticker to. It looks just like our logo on our badass brand new hats that are still for sale. Guys, get them. Get them while they're hot, cold. Get them while they're here.
Yeah.
Whatever you want.
We are about half sold out, so if you are trying to get a hold of some of these, make sure and get them before they're sold out because they're awesome. And honestly, I like hats. We just had another order come through today, so I forgot his username on YouTube. I think it's the Farm Foods something. I don't know. I want to say his first name's Genesis.
I'm just going to say they're limited to dish
Yeah,
without being limited to dish.
exactly.
Yeah.
Lastly, if you need parts for your diesel pickup, make sure and check out dieselprocks.com. We do have sales technicians on the phone at 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Pacific time to answer any questions you may have. If you are a podcast listener, which if you're listening to this, you are, and you are buying parts for your diesel pickup and you're not using Diesel Park products, I would like to know about it. I have actually gotten 2 emails from people letting me know why they have not purchased from us. Oh. And honestly, they're like good reasons. I know that sounds weird, right?
Is it something we can fix?
Potentially. One of them, just off the top of my head, he wanted a specifically very large set of injectors for his Duramax. And he wanted to say a Super Mentals.
Like some Super Mentals.
Exactly, Super Mentals from DDC. And he's like, I wanted to buy it from you guys, but you referred me to Dynamite. It's like, you're not wrong. That's per Lenny's request. Like, if you're going that big, they want to talk to you.
Yeah.
They want to know exactly what you have going on.
Especially if they want to back that injector.
Exactly.
For some time. So.
Because that injector is going to be built to your specs that you talk about with them. It's not just like, I want the Super Mentals 1.2. No. I'm doing this. This is my goal. And then they'll make that for you. So, like I said, if I want to know good, bad, happy, or sad why you're ordering from us, why you're not ordering from us, I'd like to hear it because honestly, we want to be the best in the business. Hands down. Also, if you're a podcast listener, make sure and let you know your sales tech that you're talking to that you are a podcast listener. That way we can mark it down and say that we're not just here drinking beer, farting around, even though I did just fart and I do have a beer in my hand, so we're not far off, okay? Yeah. But that does help us a lot. If you did place an order and you didn't tell anybody, shoot me a DM, shoot me an email, call in, whatever. Just let me know, email address, order number, something. I'll look you up and I can mark it down as podcast.
Yeah.
All right.
I got a name for you.
Yes.
Fuel House Farms.
Yes, that's him. Thank you for ordering a hat. He is a serial commenter on our YouTube. If you do want to leave comments about a certain episode, you get discussion going, YouTube is the best place to do it. I know that nobody really watches podcasts. I get that. Side note, you may end up wanting to start watching ours.
Yeah.
Because we're working on picture-in-picture and having the fly-in diagrams and all that cool shit.
Some graphs, maybe some Venn diagrams. We don't know.
Corey, the magician
If we
behind
have
the
time.
screen, is the third guy you hear on the mic. Is not only is one of our sales technicians, but he also is the producer here. He makes sure that we look good and all that kind of good stuff. He's like, I'm pretty sure I can figure that out. Like, hell yeah, brother. Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Let's get this show on the road.
News.
Boom.
There's been a lot of news going around. All right. A lot of murmur in the neighborhood.
Yep.
All right. First thing, this one, this kind of stuff's been happening to a lot of different shops, but if you follow any sort of, diesel publication, Diesel Army, Diesel World, whatever, you'll probably saw this, but FlowPro. So FlowPro is an exhaust manufacturer based out of Red Deer, Canada, I believe. They were huge in the U.S. Like
I really liked FlowPro kits.
FlowPro stuff was nice. I've ran plenty of FlowPro exhaust. You've ran FlowPro exhaust. Great exhaust kits, but they just got hit with 1.6 mil fine from the EPA. EPA is going around. And, you know, I had a conversation with a buddy of mine, which is gonna lead to another story. And he almost like didn't believe me that this kind of stuff is happening. But it's like, dude, it's happening. It's happening a lot.
The thing with the government is they're slow, but they're calculated. Whether they're right or wrong. Like, I'm not saying anything's right or wrong, but
Yeah.
you know, like they are the tortoise with the tortoise in their hair. You keep thinking you're going to win, but the government has seemingly unlimited resources
Yeah.
and a lot of manpower, whether they're smart or not.
I feel like there's no statute of limitations when it comes to this stuff.
they will end up getting it.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, FlowPro got smacked with a fine. Luckily, they got that bankroll, so they're I think as far as what the article said, basically they paid it, and they're going to continue doing their thing without those special exhaust kits that people are after. There's a part of this article that talks about keep going down. Keep going down. Some more. Up a little. All right. So this segment of the EPA, like this is like the EPA's response.
So just so you guys know, if you're not watching this, we are on dieselarmy.com.
Yeah.
We got one of their articles up. We are going to post any of the links that we're talking about. We will post them. The best place to do that, honestly, is on the YouTube description. So even if you're not watching on YouTube, but you want to know what the description is, find the podcast on YouTube and look at the links. Continue.
Yeah. So these are the statements that the EPA says that diesel trucks cause in people. All right, you ready? Let's see. Serious public health problems. These include premature death, aggravation of the respiratory system and cardiovascular disease, aggravation of existing asthma, acute respiratory symptoms, chronic bronchitis, decreased lung function. Numerous studies also link diesel exhaust to increased incidence of lung cancer, respiratory issues, especially in children. Like, whoa, those are some statements.
Those are like, you'd think they're talking about a bazooka.
Yeah,
or something, right?
Like it's I've been around diesels like a long time. I've got none of those things, but I know who knows. I don't even know how they figure that out. Like, do they have like a monkey like at the tailpipe of a truck like for years? Like, how do they figure that out?
As far as a monkey in the tailpipe of a truck,
that's probably what they do. That's freaking.
I don't know if I think I mentioned it in a podcast before, but when I watched a documentary on the Volkswagen, they literally did that.
Oh wow!
They had
I was just joking.
No, they had a test vehicle come in and run, and it had the exhaust pumped directly in two chambers that had two monkeys in there.
Well, if you do that, I mean, come on. But like when you're out in the, I think that's a little over exaggerated on some of the symptoms there. Like how much of that is, due to gas engines. Who knows? I'm not a freaking scientist, so I'm not going to debate on that. But I just think it's a little excessive. Because the thing that pisses me off about it is like actual people that are interested in diesel performance aren't interested in making a bunch of black smoke. Those are just a very small percentage of a vast group of people. Like when we sell parts to people, especially performance parts, we're trying to make sure that these trucks are running as efficiently as possible, getting all the power that you can to the ground without emitting it into out of the tailpipe, because that's just lost horsepower. So it's one of those things where that small segment of diesel enthusiasts has ruined it for a lot of people. And unfortunately that's what's happening right now. Like that's why I was telling my buddy, I'm like, diesel trucks are on the radar like hardcore right now.
Yeah. And the funny thing with this is, and I'm gonna make a connection that just came to my mind when you were talking about that, about excessive black smoke leaving performance on the table. Back in the day, even like when I first started working here, 2014, it was still, it was known that excessive smoke is just unused potential.
Yeah.
Gale Bakes have been preaching since day one. Okay.
Sure.
but it wasn't widely accepted in the industry yet.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, almost 8 years later, it is widely. It's a very, very known fact. Excessive black smoke is basically, and I'm not talking about necessarily like when you see a sled pull truck trying to light up a big ass single. Okay?
Different setup altogether.
But as far as like even in like the drag race scene, if you see a truck that's chooching down the entire track, you may think, wow, that's a fast truck, and it may very well be a fast truck.
Yeah.
But the guy who works on the truck or drives the truck is like, I either need to like get more cooler air coming in, I need to get more nitrous, I need to do something, because if I've got black smoke going out, that means I've got fuel I could use.
Yeah.
Or potentially I've got too much.
Yeah.
And this is where the connection comes around that you may not be thinking of. I think as much as dirty as an event, quote unquote dirty, as UCC is, I think because that is so popular and so widely watched, that the message of excessive black smoke is wasted potential is now more widely known than it was before.
Yeah.
Because you put these, really high caliber racers with guys who maybe aren't as high caliber but still, better than most, and they're trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
And you see the guys that are actually really, really fast going against the guys that are pretty darn fast.
Yeah.
And you realize the guys that are really, really fast, they're not shooting.
No.
They're clean.
They're yeah.
So that's a connection I didn't think I would actually ever make in my life.
Yeah, the thing with me on this, like I'm okay with, we're forced to be okay with, the trucks that we have nowadays as far as working with the emission systems. That's fine. Like, it's at this point, like to us, it's kind of like old news, right?
Right.
Just quit going after competition guys that are buying trucks for competition use only. They're not driving on the street.
Right.
Like I know there's that, like what Corey Willis is advocating for. I can't remember the name of the like law they're trying to.
What's the RPM Act?
The RPM Act.
Yeah.
That's right. Just let it, like, this is America. This is America. If I want to go and spend $80,000 on a truck and strip it and put a freaking tube chassis under it and race my diesel truck for the racetrack, like, let me do it. It's not being rode on the street. It's being, drove on a track for a very short period of time. Mm-hmm. And again, all these guys that are high-end competitors are again trying to make these trucks run as efficiently as possible. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's my.
Well, the funny thing is, you look at all these guys, what their tow rigs are for these old trucks that they're using on the track to run literally like 400 feet at a time.
Yeah,
they're all probably driving like 15 or newer emissions intact trucks.
Yeah, 100%.
100% stock too.
Yeah, yeah. All right, so yeah. So sorry, Flow Pro. Glad you could have just bankroll that, get it done and over with, move on, keep selling cool exhaust. I dig it. What do we got next? Okay. Yeah, all right. So this is one that Sans posted in our sales group. This one's crazy.
Yeah.
And this is the article that I was talking to my buddy about more specifically. Go back up to I want to read the headline. Yeah. So again, this was probably going around. You guys probably saw this, but New Jersey. So the headline of the article is New Jersey won't let you sell your dirty diesel truck on Facebook, and yes, they know. So there was a guy that bought what looks like 07.5 to 09 third gen.
Yeah, third gen 6.7
Ram. It was a 2008 2500. It was deleted. Apparently, and I can't confirm nor deny this, but he bought it that way.
Yeah.
And he goes to sell it on Facebook Marketplace. All of a sudden, this dude gets a letter in the mail, like saying you need to either return your truck back to stock or destroy it.
Bing!
Like,
you're on the radar.
So these guys are, and it's funny enough, is I contacted the guy that was selling the truck. Mm-hmm. And I got a video camera image of the EPA officer that came to his house.
Mm-hmm. Turn over.
My printer was running out of ink. So yeah,
we're gonna have to screenshot that and throw it up there because that's amazing.
He showed up.
Well, he didn't show. He rollerbladed right up to my front door, pressed my doorbell, and said, "Yoo-hoo!"
Wait, is this a joke?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a joke. Okay. But it kind of looks like it was like security camera camera picture. No, that's just my printer that was running out of ink. But I just said, roll with it. But yeah, I mean, this is what I was telling my buddy, because he's got a 6.7 Power Stroke. I'm not going to say his name. I'm not going to say where he's from. He's from somewhere in the world.
Yeah.
And he wants to sell his truck. And it's been to Mexico. And, he wants to list all these performance parts that are on it. I'm like, don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't. If they're willing to go to this length, where they're surfing Facebook Marketplace to get people, like these people are they're after money.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a government agency that's after money. And what is the saddest thing is, like, the guy bought it this way. So he, if that's true, like, he had probably no idea that was even a thing, like most first time diesel owners, they go to, especially, in this, time and age, we would have no idea, like, that's a legal thing. Like, the truck runs, a dealership possibly is selling, because dealerships are selling these trucks left and right.
We've talked about that before. Like, if you're going to buy a deleted truck from a dealership, you need to, like, cover your ass.
Yeah. So basically, he had to. This is in New Jersey, so he had to. I don't know how the laws go, but he ended up turning in the plates. And in the article, it talked about him, like, wanting to take it to, like, a sled pull and just blowing the shit out of this thing, which is sad because but at the same time, like, man, we can use that engine in a Cummins swap, or like that engine's worth some money.
And here's the other sad part: you extrapolate that, or take it for a ride even further. If you have officially taken his plates away, this truck, you have deemed this truck unable to drive on the road. He didn't ask you to, you did.
Yeah.
So, in my opinion, this should be the first ever 100% government okayed race truck.
Yeah.
Because they literally have stripped it of its ability to drive legally on the road.
Yeah, but they're still saying, even with him turning his plates in and it's not legal for road use, he still has to scrap the truck.
That's such horseshit.
It is such horseshit.
And I'm not saying deletes are I'm not, our stance on deletes and whatnot and all that other kind of stuff, but, like, I'm also, taxation is theft, get out of my backyard. Like, it just.
Yeah. It's well, just imagine too, like, like the 18-year-old kid bought his first diesel truck, and he's maybe saving up for a newer truck, and he's worked really hard, and he's like, okay, I'm gonna sell this truck. I've got this money here. I'm gonna go get a new truck with the money that I'm gonna make from this truck, because I worked hard, I paid it off, I got that all taken care of, and now he gets a letter saying that no matter what you do, you have to scrap it. Like, you have to, and. Like, they gotta like show proof that it's been scrapped, which is ridiculous. If you scroll down, it'll show there's like an update on it at the very bottom of the article. Update. Confirmed Friday morning, his 08 Ram has been taken off the road. He removed the truck from his insurance policy, turned his plates. As of now, it remains in one. So he has 46 days left to comply with the scrapping of the truck from 7/29
as of like 3 weeks ago.
As of 3 weeks,
roughly
3 weeks ago. So, yeah, crazy, man. Like, they're willing to go that far.
I even look at it. To me, like, I imagine that person is like the guy that, because it's a 2500, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's what I see it. And it's just because this always reminds me of that 6'4" guy that called me from Utah like 2-3 years ago. Is he had a diesel truck, because it's now everybody does, everybody wants to get out. RV sales are through the roof. Being outdoors is through the roof. So he bought a truck and maybe had a small camper or something like that. And now they decided they really do like this lifestyle. So he's like, all right, cool. I'm going to get myself I've done well, we didn't, we're not, no recession for me right now. And he's like, all right, cool. Well, I just need to get this gone, and I'm going to buy myself a newer dually so we can tow our bigger trailer.
Yeah.
My wife's going to be happy. My kids are going to be happy. It's going to be great. Post it for sale. Bam! Instant loss.
Yeah.
Like, that hurts.
Oh, my
God.
God.
Imagine trying to. Like,
I wonder if the Let's Go Brandon sticker on the back window had anything to do with it. But, yeah, it's just, I don't know how much of this is accurate, but I was reading, like, the disposal of batteries for electric cars is, like, just as bad, if not worse.
Yeah.
Like, nobody's talking about that, though. But the government wants you to go buy a $70,000 electric vehicle is you see Ford just up the price of the F-150 Lightning.
I saw
Like
a
the
video
factory
of one.
markup is like $30,000 on
Yeah,
it.
I saw
it's
it
ridiculous.
was like MSRP was like 70,
oh, don't worry,
70 and a half. It was like 109 now.
but the government will cut you a check for $1,500.
yeah.
Like that is absolutely asinine. I was talking to you about the Rivian thing. Okay, I'm like, I'm totally going to do this. This is like 100%. I'm doing this. When the electric, like when the Cybertruck thing was talked about, like I was kind of like, that's kind of cool, because I like the shape of it.
Yeah.
It's like a kid drew it. Like that's like a futuristic looking, and it's a Tesla.
And
like,
going fast.
And going fast, like cool, right? As time has progressed, my hatred for electric vehicles has just grown more and more and more with all the evidence that has come out as far as the towing capabilities are shit.
Yeah.
They're shit. You might as well get one of those. We've got one of those electric trailer movers
Yeah.
here. Like you can control and
With,
move
like,
your trailer
tracks on
around
it
with the
and stuff,
tracks on
yeah.
it. You'd be better off. You probably get more range out of that thing than an electric vehicle towing your trailer. Like it's ridiculous.
You put a couple solar panels on the trailer you're towing, hooked
Yeah.
up to that little stupid gizzy.
Yeah.
It might take you, I don't know,
2 weeks.
2 weeks to get there, but
But you won't have to charge it in the middle of it. But the next Rivian I see on the road, or I see it parked, and I see like a guy out there, I'll be like, oh yeah, dude, Rivian, that's awesome, man. Does it have the slide out camper thing? And as soon as that guy goes to that door to open it, I'm walking away.
I see the sequence in my mind. He turns,
Yeah.
oh yeah, dude, check it out. I hear the sequence and I hear like the of the door opening.
The guy like talking about it, like, yeah, it's got a grill, and I'm not even there.
And then I hear like once I hear the click, that's when you hear like Tyler's shoes on the pavement like turning,
Yeah.
just walking away. And he opens it and Tyler's like already 6 to 7 steps away.
Yeah.
Possibly like a mild sprint.
Yeah.
Like,
Just a quick sprint real quick, just so I can get some distance between us.
yeah, like
Yeah.
like when you got to get across the street fast but you're not running.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that type of movement.
Yeah, like getting to your plane in time.
Exactly.
Running.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just absolutely ridiculous. Another thing that I saw on Instagram, which I almost went past this video because it was like this hippie looking guy talking about electric cars. And I was like, oh, I already know what he's going to say. But then I stopped and I listened to it. And this hippie guy was like, yo, you guys all want to talk about electric cars and electric this and electric that, but you still plug in your electric car to your house to charge it at night. He's like, I think anybody with an electric car should only rely on wind or solar to charge their electric car. If you want to preach the electric movement, that's how you should charge your car. Like, and I sat there. I was like,
right.
"You're damn right. That's exactly how they should
Send
charge
it,
their
bro.
car. 100%.
Yeah.
Sit there at a windmill for freaking 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Sit there at a solar panel for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't. There's no infrastructure. And I also saw today there was a post for California. Guys need to stop using electricity. It's too much on the grid. What the hell are we supposed to do with like twice as many? Like if there was twice as many electric cars on the road today, like what the hell are those guys supposed to do? It's ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense. Don, you have something to say about that?
Fox and Friends in the morning, they're very honorable people.
Okay.
Okay.
It's not really pertinent, Don, but
Yeah, but I mean, we all know he says what he says.
Yeah.
All right. He might be playing 4D chess.
yeah.
He might be an absolute idiot.
Yeah.
That's why we love him.
Anyway, so yeah, watch out for this guy. Okay, if he starts rolling through your neighborhood.
Like literally rolling through your neighborhood on rollerblades. And you may notice that he doesn't even have any sort of stereo on him, but for some reason you're just gonna end up having a song stuck in your head and goes, "It's raining, man. Hallelujah, it's raining." And you're not gonna know why. But then you're gonna realize when he rolls by.
Yeah,
And you're like,
yeah.
that's
Oh,
why.
damn.
Shit.
This one, I think, is hilarious. Now,
What?
yeah, you didn't even see this one.
I haven't.
Yeah, so this is just asinine. So, oh god, I wish I could read the actual article, but there's no way in hell I'm paying for a Wall Street Journal subscription to read it, because if you click on like actual Wall Street Journal, they make you pay.
Yeah.
Not happening. So this is from Louder with Crowder. So his headline on it is progressive wimp freaks out over mega pickups. They're talking, when they say mega pickups, they're not talking like semi trucks or that sort of thing. They're talking about all the new Ford, Chevy, and Dodge trucks, they all got these big grills on them, right? Like all
Yeah.
these new trucks. I mean, there's a lot of coolers going on there, so you know, you got to cool things
they all
down.
look bigger, and
they all look
the
bigger.
front fascia does look bigger, but that's also because they're also more worried about aerodynamics, which is why they have huge air dams on the bottom. Which, at the end of the day, you put a bigger air dam on something that's bigger in the front, it's gonna look bigger.
Yeah. So they say that these mega pickups and people who drive them. They're freaking out over mega pickups, right? So scroll down. Well, the actual, so they say in this article that the sale of mega pickups, which have basically been deliberately designed to intimidate and kill pedestrians, and the sale of those trucks are booming right now. So there's a bunch of rednecks out there buying mega pickups to kill people.
I feel like the person who coined mega pickups is the same person that coined assault rifle.
Or ultra mega.
Yeah.
Like, it's just absolutely ridiculous. Again, this goes to show the level of incompetence when it comes to, you know, there's a reason to why the front end of these trucks have gotten bigger. It's again, like we were talking about, it's cooling, it's airflow, it's they're trying to abide by all these EPA regulations that are being put on these trucks every other year. So it's just ridiculous. Like that's what your liberal friend thinks of your new truck, is that you're trying to kill him. Have you ever seen okay, well, I can't really say that because when there was all those protests, you know, there was a couple of videos of guys with trucks, but they're also towing like horse trailers. And I'm sure there's a family with them. And I would do the same thing if a group of people started coming up to me and smacking on my truck and shit. That's free game. You're at that point.
You coming at me?
You crossed a line.
Yeah.
And I'm either going to grab the pistol out of my truck, or I'm just going to go. And if you're in the way, I'm sorry, but you're threatening my life at that point and my family's life.
Yeah.
Because there's no excuse for that. It's not like people are buying these trucks and killing. Like, when was the last time you saw like unprovoked killing of a pedestrian with a GMC 3500?
Yeah.
It's never happened.
And we're not talking like someone got hit in a crosswalk. We're talking like someone got behind the wheel of their 3/4 1-ton, was like,
With the intention.
I'm mowing down people today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was only Mustang owners.
I know. Right? It's a side tangent. I saw a clip of of two Mustangs racing, and they're doing a roll race, and they both spin out and like barely miss each other, and then they end up, you know, one hits a guardrail, but they spin out at different times, and then they end up colliding and hitting each other.
Yeah.
It's like, only Mustangs, man.
Yeah, only Mustangs.
Freaking Mustangs, dude.
Scroll down. I don't know if there's some good quotes in this article. Let's see. It's huge. What? Hundreds of conservatives here are doing their best to demonstrate, yes, that huge trucks about
Postmodern culture war.
Signaling. Wow, that is a freaking mouthful, Ryan Cooper.
Signaling an unsubtle Freudian neurosis. So he's trying to use big words to confuse all the simple folk, okay?
Okay.
But what do you say? Hundreds of conservatives here doing their best to demonstrate that, yes, huge trucks are about postmodern culture war signaling and unsubtle Freudian neurosis.
So saying that this is big trucks are our response to the culture war that's going on in the country.
Right.
How about we have trailers? We have side-by-sides. We have toy haulers. We use them for work.
We have animals to feed.
Yeah, we can't freaking do that in a fucking Tesla. Like, it's not happening. Like, that just goes to show you that there's the separation of class. Like, I don't want to say classes in America, but just like the city, you know, the big city people that don't even own a car, that, you know, take public transportation to work, that live, you know, work in I work in an office, but that work in an office that don't even understand life outside of a city. Like, they just don't get it. And then there's people like us that these trucks are not. I bought my truck as a tool, a tool to do a job, and it's specifically a job of towing a toy hauler. Like, that's the job that I bought this truck for, not for anything else. Yes, I do daily drive. It is my daily driver. I'm not going to have like 18 vehicles. Like, I'm not freaking that rich. But it just they don't understand that people do that kind of stuff. It's honestly kind of sickening. It's like it just goes to show you how they've got this just mentality in their little bubble that they think that's the world.
Yeah.
And they don't understand there's other people out there.
And I want to make a little bit of a clarification on that. Those people that maybe live in a city and work 2 miles away from where they live, or they live close enough and they take public transportation and they're choosing to live that way, that's fine. That's what America's all about. You can choose to live there and do that. That is fine. But I can also choose to live in the freaking cuts, and if I'm financially stable and I like it and my family's happy and I'm happy, then that's my choice as well. You do you, boo-boo. I'm going to do me.
Yeah.
Side note on the side note there, those folks that think that they should really just live, everybody should live and cohabitate in small areas like that, in compact areas, and everything is within arm's reach, that's fine. There was that thing proposed, the wall or the line. It's like a 26-kilometer long building.
Oh, in Saudi Arabia.
In Saudi Arabia,
yeah.
You all can go live there.
Yeah, seriously.
That's exactly what you want.
Yeah, I mean, it's just it's sad that they, I don't even know if this would help, but I feel like some of these people need to be like taken, to the middle of the country or middle America and see what, people's livelihoods depend on their trucks. A lot of them, farmers, guys that do transport, all sorts of.
Well, I think it's
what are you laughing at? Goddess of the gilded chromed grill, scatter or be splattered, you weakling peasants. God. Yeah.
That needs to be on a shirt.
Yeah.
But as far as like the trading places, I think honestly, maybe my California is showing here, but I think that'd be good for both sides. You take the farm guy who, uses his truck as a tool to live every day, and you put him in a city scenario. And it's truly, it's not to like screw the other one over. It's just to give the perspective.
Yeah.
That's it. We're not saying one's better or worse. It's just to see it.
Yeah.
That's it. And I think, maybe it's a little bit of a referendum on how people act and how the world is nowadays, but I feel like no one is willing to try and at least put themselves in the other person's shoes.
Yeah. I like the example of, this is an old video of, again, when guns were going, gun violence and that sort of thing, when they took a liberal reporter to a like police safety course, and like
was it the one where they pulled the trigger and started crying, basically?
No, they gosh, what did they do? It was like they were being attacked or something. It was like a fake attack kind of a thing, like a scenario. And I can't remember if they like ended up. It's like, here, you have a gun. You can use it, or you don't need to use it, or whatever, but here's the scenario: you're going to be attacked by this person, like, and the person, like, the first thing they did was shoot him, like immediately, it's like the people that have never been around guns and don't know about guns and that sort of thing, once they get put into a scenario where that is their only form of protection, guess what they do? They don't go run and hide. They sit there, grab the gun, and they shoot him. Like, it's like it. Yeah, I'd have to pull that video up again and refresh my memory on it, but it's something similar to that.
So I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of a glimpse into my actual I'm gonna talk about my sister real quick.
Oh God, this is good.
I'm gonna keep it light because I don't want to cause any more drama. Like, so I have an older sister, younger brother. You've heard me talk about my younger brother a lot. I don't talk about my older sister a lot because. Let's just say that if she actually listened to this podcast, she would hate me even more. We don't talk anymore. She's one of those people that she still is in the Bay Area. She's heavily in the tech industry. Her husband is in the tech industry.
Ben's one of those guys that got disowned over an election.
100%. And I'm happy for her. She's got 2 kids. They're happy. That's fine. What the point I'm trying to get across here is, even for how bleeding heart, dark blue, liberal, anti-everything I am, they are. I can tell you for a fact right now, her husband owns more guns than I do.
Really?
I've been shooting with him. He's from Illinois.
How does he justify that? Like, does she even know about him?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
But so
I didn't even know that. You never even told me that.
Oh, at
might
this
have.
point,
I don't know.
I'm not a guy. I don't have a lot of guns. Okay, like I have enough.
I have enough.
I
Yeah.
always want more. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I don't have a ton, right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't even say I have a lot. I probably have in my opinion, I don't even have the minimum. In my opinion, the
Yeah.
minimum is handgun, shotgun, rifle.
Yeah.
None of my rifles are built right now.
Yeah.
All I have is a shotgun and 3 handguns.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's got all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
He's even got one of those. What's it? The pup. The
the foldable stock. Yeah.
yeah.
Wow. That's a military inspired weapon. That is scary. It's black.
That weapon.
I'm sure. Is it black?
Yes.
Oh my God.
It's a salty.
It's a.
That one might get you. That's
What kind of vehicle does he drive?
Honda Element. I'm not even kidding.
Are you
okay,
serious?
100% serious.
Oh my God.
I will say this: if he still has it, from the first day I met him to the last time that I talked to him or even knew what he was driving, was a Honda Element. Same Honda
Well,
Element.
apparently it's got a lot of storage for all of his guns in there. He can tote around. Maybe he goes maybe when night falls, he's like John Wick. He leaves.
He does.
And
he
his
does,
wife has no idea that he's some
He dabbles in MMA stuff. But he.
Wow, that is quite the conglomerate of a human being in
Yeah.
life. Hey,
He's a super smart guy.
yeah. Well, yeah, he's
Incredibly intelligent human being.
yeah.
So that's the only reference I'm going to put on my sister.
Yeah.
Also, drop a comment if you have a family member who completely
Disowned you.
on November 8th, 2015.
Yeah.
No, 2016. Sorry, 2016. That was election day. Yeah, because that's what happened.
Oh God. All right. What's the last one? This one's on a lighter note. 2023 Ram spy photos. Biggest change I see: mirrors. It is fully locked in the moose position. And from looking at, there's a close up down
They
low.
look like a thicker mirror.
They look thicker, and it looks like the actual mirror portion slides out.
No.
Yeah, scroll down.
I need to
Boom,
see-
right there.
Ooh.
Tell me that
Oh.
doesn't slide out.
It looks like
further.
it does. It slides on a radius.
Yeah.
What the?
So in some of the other upgrades they talk about are 360 degree cameras, tow cameras, blind spot indicator, which all these all the other manufacturers have had for years, but of course it's Ram, so they're 3 years behind.
Yeah.
But no Allison, no change in transmission that we know of.
Still either ASIN or 68.
Yeah, that we know of. But yeah,
Is that a factory winch?
that
Or
is
that
a power wagon.
Okay, right.
And the one above too is a power wagon as well, because there's a winch fair lead I see in the bumper there.
But scroll down. There. What? Keep going. So that up the picture above there. Yeah. So that Ram.
That's a 3500.
Okay.
And they've covered up the Cummins
They covered up
badge.
the Cummins, but is that the same truck they were driving before? Does it have a winch on it?
No, that's got to be a different truck. Because if you look at the other picture, the badge is clearly Hemi
Oh, okay.
in the first picture. I don't know why they cover up the Roush. I don't know what Roush. Are they a testing facility for trucks? Because they cover it up there, but they don't cover it up in the top picture. I mean, you can clearly see Roush.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyways, basically, body, front end, they've adopted possibly the sport style grill, which is okay. It kind of looks like it has a mustache to me in the front, which I'm kind of okay with that grill. It's not bad. This is my favorite generation of headlights that Ram has ever had. My favorite generation of front end that Ram has ever had. I like my grill and the paint match grills, especially on my generation of trucks.
paint match makes a huge difference.
21s or 20s and 20 up to 22s. Yeah. But mirrors are basically the only change that I see. I don't know why they're covering up the Cummins badge. What? It doesn't have a Cummins. What are you going to put in there?
So one of the I know you just talked about 5th gen, and I agreed with you. I saw a truck coming into work today, and I am one of those guys. If I see a nice truck, I'm like, I will look at it. I will
Inspect.
I will not speed to the next stoplight because I do kind of want to check it out. If it
for
which
sure.
one of those things, because sometimes you see a truck oh, it's a nice truck, and you're trying to figure out, well, why? I've seen tons of trucks like that. Why is that particular one tickling my fancy right now.
Yeah.
And it was a 4th gen. I don't know if it was an early or late 4th gen. I want to say it was early just because I could tell that it's had some miles on it.
Yeah.
But it reminded me of Mark's. And then I saw it, but then when I came in and looked at Mark's truck, I was like, okay, so that's why this one looks a little bit different to me. But it was an all-white, 4-door, long bed, paint matched everything. Probably had about it was taller than Mark's. Mark's only has 3-inch. 3.5, 3. What is it? The Carway kit on there. This one, I couldn't tell what kit was on there. It had blocks in the back, so obviously it didn't do full rear leaf spring. So take a point off for that or whatever.
Yeah.
But as far as the overall look of the truck and the road presence, it was 4-door long bed, paint matched white. It was deleted. You could obviously tell because you could hear it.
Yeah.
But it was probably, I want to say it was at least a 6-inch lift. No more, definitely not more than a 10.
Yeah.
Maybe an 8, but I'm pretty sure it's a 6. I'm pretty good at gauging how big it is.
Yeah.
Because it probably had, I want to say it was probably 37s, 20s. It was a wide 37s, like a 13.5, 37, something like that.
Yeah.
So a good stout tire, a little bit bigger wheel, but still has sidewall, that kind of good stuff. And it just looked good. I was like,
Yeah.
damn. And that it got me even more horny for a 4-door long bed. Because whatever next truck I'm getting is a 4-door long bed for sure.
Yeah.
It could potentially be a dually. I don't know, but I'm not going one way or the other. But I want a 1-ton, and I want a 4-door, and I want a long bed.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. You didn't even notice. I put something on my truck. I did something to my truck while you're gone.
Oh, no, I haven't looked at your truck at all. Well, you park in the back. I never see it.
Well,
Literally, I have not even seen your truck.
I did something to my truck.
Would you wash it?
No, I did wash. Well, I did wash it, but you already knew that. Clean the crap out of it. And what I noticed is I'm trying to really do my due diligence on this truck to keep it as nice as nice as possible.
Well, yeah,
I spent a lot of money on this truck.
It's a brand new truck when you bought it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's only my second brand new vehicle, and I just wanted to make sure I'm taking care of things, right? And so when I washed it on the rockers, there's this black shit, these spots of this black shit that won't come off. I'm sure there's a way to take it off. I'm not a freaking detailer, okay? But then you can smear. It's like road tar shit. It's. So I bought some mud flaps, some factory look mud flaps.
Nice.
So I went with I bought some Husky, just the no drill.
The snap-on one, basically. Yeah.
Well, yeah, you just take 2 bolts out and you can add a third on the front. But they fit so nice.
Good.
Because there's a factory little plastic piece, I wouldn't even call it a mud. It's not even a mud flap. It's like a trim piece.
Yeah.
But these Huskies have the cutout perfectly for it, so it sits right over the top of the factory piece, and they look like factory mud flaps.
Good for Husky on that one, man.
Yeah, I was between those and the WeatherTechs. The reason I didn't go with the WeatherTechs, because we don't even have the Huskies on our site, but the WeatherTechs go so wide on the bottom. I didn't want it to look. I wanted it to look like you wouldn't notice it if you didn't know.
Yeah.
Where I think the WeatherTechs, you would notice, you would see it.
Well, the Huskies, it's one of those things where if you had them on the truck and someone saw them, they'd be like, I didn't know Husky, I didn't know Rams came stock with Huskies. That's tight.
Well, they don't have any logos on them. You wouldn't even know they're Huskies.
Oh, then yeah,
it looks
dude.
like it looks factory.
Good work.
They're for a set of 4, retails $86, and I literally installed them in 10 minutes in my driveway with one freaking socket. Super easy. They fit really good. I was actually talking to Josh about possibly getting them on the website because they actually have some really nice. They've came a long ways because I remember running Husky floor liners in some of my older trucks where they had that diamond plate.
That's what I have in the Excursion right now.
Yeah, dude. Those were the floor liners back in the day, and then WeatherTechs came out and they were the thicker plastic that fit a little bit better. But Husky has kind of the same thing going on. So I'm really happy with them. And I'm hoping it'll keep some of that road grime off the bottom of my truck. Yeah. So I'm pretty jacked on that. I think it'll look good too when I do my leveling kit and wheels and tires, whatever I end up doing on that. So I'm pretty stoked on that. It turned out pretty good.
Nice, good work.
Yeah, I did a mod.
Hell yeah.
People are gonna laugh at me. They're like, "That's not a mod." Yeah, I get it. I got freaking 4 things I'm taking care of. All right.
Yeah. Did you have another link or is that it?
That was the last one.
So. Teaser, do you think they're covering up the Cummins logo? Because in our hydrogen episode, Cummins said that they were going to have hydrogen
by
by
2023.
2023. That's a 2023 Ram.
Yeah. Maybe it's instead of turbo diesel, it's like multi-fuel or hydro. You know, who
Or it
knows?
says Cummins Hydra.
Or, yeah, who knows?
Hail Hydra.
I don't know. It looks what they're covering up. Go back down to where they're covering up that sticker. It looks identical to my Cummins logo on my fender,
Totally.
like to the T.
I mean, the C is there 100%.
It's like,
But I mean, if you were to, I mean, the bottom section with the text there, you could make any text fit there, and
Like,
hydrogen would fit there.
I think it's funny that some of the stuff they cover up, like
Yeah.
anybody driving that doesn't know trucks would think that's a factory truck, like that you could buy right now. The only way we know it's a prototype or whatever is because of the mirrors
Yeah.
and the fact that they cover shit up. But so I don't know what they're. I don't know if I highly doubt they're gonna release a hydrogen power plant.
For 23.
I don't think
Yeah.
so. I really don't think so.
'Cause
I
Cummins-
think the engines will be available, and they might start implementing those in like equipment that uses that same size of engine. But as far as a road truck, I mean that'd be huge news.
That would be huge.
That'd be huge news. So yeah, we'll see. I guess I don't know why they're covering that up. It's funny. I even like there was a spy photo of a new Ford. It's like you could tell what it looks like.
Yeah.
Like what? Like I don't know why they.
I have
why
to.
they,
I mean, I have to imagine they kind of have to do that because there are people in that area that's literally their job
exactly,
to take
to get those pictures.
and find the little tiny differences, so they can write articles about this and talk about it. So I get why they do that.
Yeah, it's always got to be the first. I think it's on here too, the Ford, which we can look at that real quick. Keep going. I know it's
Was
actually
that it?
on here.
Did you pass it already?
No,
Okay.
no, it's right there.
Yeah. That's Ford.
Yeah, yeah, like
It's a dually.
mirrors, same. They're
Yeah.
covering up the grill, but you could see through the mesh. So, headlights look kind of the same. I don't. Yeah, I don't know. Is there any more pics?
This is a
and grill.
Photoshop version of it.
So
What they
a
think it would look
Yeah, a
like.
little different on the front.
So they got the Super Duty like recessed in the actual hood instead of like on the grill.
And the hood's no longer flat across the front. It comes down around the headlights and touches
I don't know
the
if
top
I
of the
like
grill.
that.
No.
Honestly, it hasn't grown on me.
That's they're going, it almost looks like they're now starting to go away from the big square front end. They've lost that hard edge on the top of, or on that hood.
Yeah, I
where
don't
it
know.
goes down
It
to the grill. in my
kind of
opinion.
looks a little ugly, to be honest with you. I don't know.
We'll find out.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's hotter than hell in
It
here.
is hard as hell.
Don, you got something to send us off with?
From this day forward, it's going to be only America first.
God damn it, Don.
Hell yeah, Donnie J.
You know exactly what to say right at the right time.
Hell yeah. Well, on that note, that's going to wrap this one up. I greatly appreciate all you guys tuning in. And we're 2 episodes a week now.
Yeah, 2 episodes a week. Come
So-
on, people, get those downloads. Let's move it up.
We'll see you on the next one. I can't say next week.
Yeah.
We'll see you on the next one.
See you in the next one. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe and check us out at dieselpowerproducts.com.